up, guys? Welcome back to Ballistic Brick.
Yeah, what's up, guys? We've got a bit of a chill one today. I wanted to really look at the Lego alternatives and knockoffs and kind of have like a review of the channel from this year. You know, the builds we've done, how we've progressed with the first year of journeying through Lego alternatives, and kind of seeing like what was the best, what kind of didn't go as well, and we're going to go through like timeline order with the channel. My desk is currently in absolute state, so please kindly ignore that. Just going to stay like that for now, and we're going to deal with that at some point later on. The first ever video on the channel was testing fake Lego, which was like mini, and it went okay. I got the set from Amazon, I remember, and actually it wasn't too bad of a set. It went together quite nicely. At the time, I give it ballistic bricks not approved because I was thinking how it wasn't like, you know, real Lego and stuff, and it wasn't advertised as mini Lego and all that. But like looking back on it, it was a pretty good set, quite easy to put together, and still looks nice. It's one of the only mini Lego things that is actually still together that I own, because all the rest of them kind of fell apart. And you know what? It was pretty good. I like that. It was a good start to the channel. They went on Amazon again and built this like music shop. It's a little bit like the Jazz Club, but like an earlier version of that. The set is only half a building, which is a little bit annoying, but the price tag was really low. And you know what? It was a pretty solid build. The structure of it wasn't fantastic. I always remember like not finding that great, but the review itself, I had a good time with it. It was the first like proper video we did on the channel. It was all Lego size bricks, and that video was 22 minutes long, so we kind of yapped on in that one, huh? But yeah, I definitely enjoyed doing that, and it was like it was a nice thing. You know, it was in proper boxes and stuff, which I thought was nice. You know, I didn't know fakes could be like that, and I definitely enjoyed, you know, the whole process of it. I remember that one made me bleed at some point, and I was thinking about putting it in the thumbnail and all that, but I decided not to be clickbaity in the end. Then we got on to, you know, an absolute classic, which was when we started testing AliExpress Lego. The first ever video I did with that was the fire station modular, and that has now got 19,000 views. I think the most popular video on the channel history. When it came out, it didn't actually get that many views or anything, but since then it has gone up and up and up over time, and did really well. And I've got to say, all the AliExpress modulars I ever did, you know, from this one to the other ones I'll talk about, all went amazingly well. They're all pretty much just like the real Lego versions, and I do miss building the AliExpress ones. It's been a few months now, been over half a year since the last time we did them, and that's what kind of took the channel off. So it feels wrong that we're not doing more of them, but I do definitely want to get back into them. We do have the Ghostbusters HQ from sitting from AliExpress on my side that I've not got around to building yet, and I think it's time to finally get onto that soon. Then we had our first ever visit with Teemu, where we built a little Teemu cafe set, and it was really cute. To be fair, it was really cheap. I got it for like £7 on discount, which was amazing. And yeah, the set came with a few lights, and it was really nice. It's still something I really look back on positively now. It's still wandering about in the city looking for a permanent home, because I've not built the park yet. But I always enjoy that build, you know. I think it was a good video too. I enjoyed that. Then we actually used a company called WeBrick, and we sourced all the parts from there, all alternate Lego, and built a Lego Moe's from The Simpsons. That was one of my favorite builds I've ever done on the channel, and I know now that you can get stuff like that on AliExpress. But yeah, I really enjoyed, you know, like I actually talked to Ben Builds Lego, and he's a really nice guy. He made all the designs. He made some other Simpsons designs too that I'd like to build at some point. Um, but yeah, he made that, and I did enjoy WeBrick. They did miss a few pieces, but the pieces that did have were pretty good quality. I also really enjoyed making that video. I love The Simpsons, and being able to like properly get into my Simpsons era was really fun. After that, we kind of went back to AliExpress. We had the cinema modular come out, and that was one of my favorite modules I've ever built. I always wanted that. It's one of my most anticipated modulars, and getting to build that properly was really fun. One regret I do have with that set is not buying like fake stickers for it, because it would have been cool to get some of my own branded stickers for like the movie posters. But a great modular nonetheless. I also regret that I had to rush that build a little bit, because I wanted to get the video out on time, and I would have liked to, you know, take some more time to build that set, because it would have been more fun that way. Then I had my first ever channel collaboration, and that was with Fantasy. They sent me the Astro Boy Awakening moment, And even though it wasn't my usual kind of build, I definitely had fun making it, and it was such an honor to finally like have a sponsorship kind of deal that it was just really a blast to make. That video didn't do as good, but I still really enjoyed making it. Then we kind of have a sea of fake modulars. First of all, we built the detective's office from AliExpress. Another pretty good build. That got 13,000 views itself, so did pretty well. And yeah, that was pretty good. Like all these AliExpress ones, all mostly very good. Then I actually jumped over and did a Teemu version of the Grand Emporium. Teemu don't normally sell fake versions of modulars, but they did for the Grand Emporium for some reason. It's actually what got me into the fakes. It's my first ever one. And I actually built it before I started the channel. And I really enjoyed making that one. It showed me that fakes could be worth it long term. And Lego isn't the only company we should look to. Alternates are also pretty good. But I always remember the base plate was really, really bent on that one, which always put me off a little bit of the Temu stuff. We went on to go back to AliExpress and build the modular town hall. It was an absolute massive build, and I remember building that over a few days, putting on some great films, and just really enjoying my time with it. It was a pretty good modular. Then we did some like real life stuff, and then we had mini month. Don't know if you guys remember mini month. It was quite a long time ago, but we actually had a whole month for building mini Lego. Our first two videos were both from Teemu. I remember the first one was mini Lego, absolutely tiny bits, and that completely fell apart after I made the video. It was not very good at all. Uh, it sucked. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was really bad, and now it just is a disaster. Then the Timu second one was a little bit bigger, and I enjoyed that one more. It was like a sushi shop, and it went better. It was more solid, but it's a little bit forgettable now. I always think I can't remember doing that one, but I remember it not being too disappointing. Then I had a friend actually buy me from the TikTok shop an 87p mini build, and I built that for the channel, and that went okay as well. It was a bit more basic of a set, but for 87p, it was a pretty good deal. And I think I got Ballistic Bricks approved in the end. Then it kind of came into the part of the year where we started all the sponsorships, and that kind of is what rounded out for the rest of the year. First of all, we had the Fun Hole Antique Shop modular. My first ever set properly equipped with a lighting kit and not just that kind of the normal stuff we expect. And some of that was harder to put together than other parts, but it still looks great. I got the build done in the end, and I definitely enjoyed making that video. It was nice to be back with the sponsorships and kind of see how they went, and I definitely had a lot of fun making it. Funhaul are a really great company, and they're going to come up on this list a little bit more. But they've done some really great stuff in the last few months. Then we had our first ever collaboration with Barware. Barware sent me a copy of Lego's Dungeons and Dragons set, and I was blown away with this one. It's one of my favorite things I've built on the channel. Even though it's not the normal city stuff, it was incredible to build like a Lego set of that size and magnitude and it not be real Lego. I had a really great time doing that one. Barway did a fantastic job. Then I worked with a company called Les DIY, who I don't think I've worked with since. They sent me a medieval like blacksmith's building, and it did come with a lighting kit, but it wasn't really working. And I did enjoy working with Les DIY. It's a shame that I've not really picked up anything more with them because I did enjoy making that building. It was a little bit difficult in some parts though, and I think some of it has fell apart since, but I don't think that's really a reflection of their company. But I did have fun with that build though, and it kind of fit the time period where I was building the Dungeons and Dragons set. I had a bit of a medieval thing going on. Then I had a video do really well, which was buying minifigures from AliExpress. I just got a basic package that was around £20 to buy, and just some minifigures of IPs I liked, and yeah, it did really well. The minifigures were also really great in terms of quality, and I had a pretty good time building the minifigures, and I can't wait to put them in the city when I get around to that next. Then we worked with Funhole again. They sent us the travel trailer, and that was a video I really enjoyed making. I got really into character there with my sunbathing and stuff. And there were some great lights in that set too. It was a pretty easy build and enjoyable. It was just really nice. It fit the summer vibes I was feeling. Just towards the end of summer, and it was nice to kind of round off all the summer success we had with a really great build like that. We then did our second Barware collaboration. They sent me a big mystery minifigure kit bundle, and we kind of looked at all the minifigures they'd sent in this mystery kit, and yeah, it was really cool to see because they did a great job sending all those over. It was really nice of them, and the minifigs are really good too. I still got loads of those, and they're just random ones, and it was cool to have kind of random sets like that. Our year then ventured over to Fantasy's first ever modular, which was the Sherlock Holmes modular. I loved making that set. There was no issues at all. It wasn't quite one base plate big, but I had loads of fun with it nonetheless. I think it is one of the nicest sets I've built. I loved how they used Sherlock Holmes like as a character in the set. I love the minifigures it came with, even though they weren't exact Lego ones. Fantasy, one of my favorite builds of the years. That was it was really nice to do, and I really enjoyed making that video with them. We then had our first ever collaboration with a company called JM Bricklayer. They sent me a really nice vintage car, and the car was great. It was very retro, very cool. I did a bit of character uh, building in that episode too, where I drove in on a car just to start the intro of that video. And yeah, the lights looked incredible on that one. I was really happy. Then we had a very polarizing build where Barway sent us a fake Avengers Tower. It's not a copy of the other Avengers Tower, but it was an Avengers Tower. And I had to give that ballistic bricks not approved, which really sucked because Barway are a great company, but it was such a shame. It really slowed down the channel and is a big reason now why we don't have regular uploading, because the build took so long and it really wouldn't go together. And it kind of made me realize, oh, I can't upload a weekly. When I've got some of these bigger builds, it's not maintainable. And it took quite a long time to build. I think it took over a month to build, and it didn't go together very well. It was a miracle that we actually did get it together, and some parts of that were missing. So it was a bit of a difficult one to comment on. Nonetheless, though, now it's done, it does look really good, but it's just not very stable at all. Now we're getting towards the last few videos, and we went back to J and Bricklayer where we built a fake Lego unicorn. This one looked great, however, it wasn't the most stable build. I know some of the legs weren't the easiest to put together, but the unicorn itself looked cool. It did come with lights as well, which Jay and Bricklayer do really well, just like Funhole. And speaking of Funhole, we then built their cyberpunk apartments modular build, which was very futuristic and cool. Some of that didn't go together amazingly as well, but the instructions were very solid on there. The world building in that set alone was fantastic, and yeah, I had a good time building it. It's very colourful, looks really cool. The lighting kit is probably the best lighting kit we've ever had in terms of how it elevates the set. And finally, we went back to Barware and they sent us an alternate Lego police station. And I must say, I did enjoy that build. Structurally, there were a few gaps here and there, which Barware definitely took on board and listened to. And they always listen to constructive criticism and all that, which I really appreciate about the company. But the build itself looked really good, and I've got it on my side still, and it is a really nice looking build. Comes with a little donut shop on the side, and yeah, it was pretty impressive. So all in all, in conclusion, this year researching into more alternate sets and all that stuff was a successful one. We saved a lot of money by looking at not just Lego products in the market, but also looking at people who have done their own original ideas and sets. If you're someone who hasn't looked into Lego alternatives, or maybe you are just starting to and you're a bit nervous, then this channel might be the one for you, as we look at loads of stuff like that while also looking at real Lego and trying to compare, what's really good and what's not as good. I always pride myself on being honest. Some companies have sent me stuff in the past and I've said, listen, I can't give a good review of this, and they said, we'd rather you not post anything at all. If a company doesn't allow me to give an honest review, I often don't want to work with them, is what I'm trying to say in that scenario. But yeah, alternates is a massive world. It's not just, the copies like the AliExpress stuff. There are companies like Funhole, Barware, and Fantasy who make their own builds and, all that great stuff. It's definitely worth researching. There's loads of great companies out there who do their own stuff, and I can't wait to work with more of them in the new year. Do you have a favourite set that you've built this year that's alternate Lego? Let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I know it's a bit of a different tone, but I thought it would be nice to talk about the year in review and how we explored into some of the alternate Lego and knockoffs that we built this year. It's always nice to do stuff that changes up the content a little bit, and it's nice to just get content out too. I wish everyone who's watching this the best of New Year's, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!